decision to go to college was something that I always considered. My grandparents raised me, and I always enjoyed school, always did very well in school. So it was expected that for me to give myself some options and some more opportunities coming from such a rural area in North Carolina, that college was the next logical step. Carolina was not the first choice, not because it wasn't the best choice. It just wasn't something I had considered or had information about prior to choosing it. But I knew that college was going to be what shaped my future. So when I got an opportunity to interview for a scholarship for UNC, I started to do some research. And once I knew it was an option for me, it seemed like the only option for me. It was a difficult decision because there were 5 or 6 of my closest friends who had already accepted to go to another college. We had planned it all out, but I never wavered on the decision because I felt like this was going to be something that would give me the best options for the future. When I came to Carolina the first day, I met 5 or 6 students from similar backgrounds, from small rural places, didn't really know anybody else coming here, and we were all living in the same dorm, and we immediately became close friends, and they became my college family. So because of that, I immediately had a support group. I had made straight A's all through my entire childhood, graduated second in my class, even though it was a small class of less than 100. And when I came to Carolina, I immediately realized that I was no longer at the top of the class. That's a humbling experience for somebody who really loved school, always did well. I quickly figured out that I didn't necessarily have the study habits I needed for a school like Carolina, and needed to figure out how to make sure that I was successful here. Oftentimes students will come and not do as well as they would like or expect to, but their pride keeps them from getting assistance with that. And so my advice is for students to make sure that they don't wait until a situation is too far gone that they can't salvage it, and make themselves available to resources and individuals who can help them. When I was here as an undergraduate student, I worked at the business school as a work-study student. When I graduated and started working at the university full-time, I was working at a different department. When I was ready for a challenge, ready for what I felt like was a promotion, I immediately called my old supervisor from the business school and asked her to see if she could find something here that she thought would be good for me. I'm not sure I really would have thought that my little work-study job, doing filing and office work, would have made much of a difference. But because I handled that in a professional way, it eventually helped me make the connection to a much longer career. So students should really think about, no matter what it is they're doing, volunteer work, part-time job, internship, whatever they're doing, they should do their best, and they should get to know as many people as they can, because they never know who it's going to be that will help them move further in the future, who they're going to have to call back for a reference, or who's going to speak on their behalf to give them an opportunity. I chose to stay at Carolina for the last 20 years because I had an immediate sense of family and connection and home when I came here as a student. I don't think that's different than a lot of people that I meet. Oftentimes when I interview students and I ask them why they chose Carolina, if they had other options, and the majority of them will tell me that once they came to visit, they immediately knew this was the place for them. And I felt that same way. I've never regretted staying here. It's really afforded me a lot of opportunities that I'm not sure I would have had going somewhere else.